Take three. That's what it takes sometimes, guys, to film a video. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Thomas Donahue. This is the Driver's Apex. Today's video, we're not actually working on anything mechanical, right? Instead, we're actually gonna wrap this E30. But before I wrap the E30, there's gotta be a lot of prep work that's done before, i.e. sanding, removing body parts. I'm probably gonna remove the glass. I might even remove the doors. I really want this wrap job to look really, really good, especially if I'm going to put in the money to get some good like quality 3M vinyl wrap to do this right. So that's what we're gonna be working on for quite a while. I hope all of you follow along. I'll probably post videos once a week or once every 2 weeks, but I'll break it up maybe into some kind of series, something like that. Dang, that person is holing down the road. That person annoys me. They do it every single day. Also, IS side skirts. Now these aren't BMW IS side skirts. I did get them from CA Tuned. They're gonna take a little bit of work to get perfect, right? It takes a little bit to get them to fit perfect. I'm not a body shop, so I'm gonna have to kind of tap into what body shop people have to do to make things fit perfectly, but I'm confident we can get this to fit perfect. If any of you have fitted these from CA Tuned and have any advice, let me know, right? That would be a huge help. But what I want to do is I want to show you around the car, show you what we're working with. I want to show you the vinyl wrap that I've already experimented with, though that is actually not going to be the final color. I was originally going to stick to a silver metallic. The problem is with the silver metallic, it looks like, as I mentioned in an Instagram post, that I bedazzled my trunk. It's just way too much flake. It actually looks absolutely ridiculous. So I decided instead to do something totally different. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you do, and you contributed to the story post, you will note that I'm thinking orange, and more specifically, burnt orange from 3M. I think it's gonna look really good, especially with these two-piece BBS wheels with kind of like that anthracite center. Probably gonna lower the car as well to get a better looking fitment, so that the IS side skirts, all that kind of comes into play. But I really want to show you why we've got to spend so much time prepping our body work, right? Prepping paint and clear and stuff like that. Because if you don't do it right, you will spend a lot of money in wasted vinyl. And I'll show you how I know that. So hold on. All right, guys, so let's show you around. This is the Vivid vinyl that I originally bought. That's the start of the IS side skirts. You can kind of see in here, it's going to take a little bit of work, right, to get this to fit perfectly, though I know we can do it. Don't sweat it. Okay, so here's what's up, right? Let's throw this stuff. We're actually not going to throw that on the floor, because if we do, it'll be a nightmare. Here is what we actually wrapped with. It actually looks pretty decent, doesn't it, right? So here is the Mako paint job. We can call that the original paint, when in fact it's really not. And then here's what we have currently from Vivid. Now, here's what I was talking to you about in terms of if you don't prep correctly. Let me try to change settings real quick and I'll zoom in a little bit. Right there, right? See that? That's paint that lifted. Now, I sanded this down with 80 and then 120 and then 150, but what I didn't do is I didn't sand all of the metallic completely off to a primer coat because I thought this was good. Just get rid of it, guys. Otherwise, it's going to look like crap, right? And you can kind of see it here as well. But as a whole, it actually looks pretty good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we're going to remove. This is coming off. We already know how to get this rail off, right? Because I removed that rail to prep and paint that A-pillar. Window will come out, seal will come out, because look, I can't wrap that. That looks horrendous, right? So all that's got to come out. That looks really bad. Some of the other things that I've got going on is the fitment of this door to the quarter is not perfect. It actually needs to be like right there. I can also tell that it's not perfect when we look down and we can see that this goes in more than that. So that's got to be done. Off, off, all this gets pulled off. Mirrors get pulled off, trim gets pulled off. Stuff like this, that's all got to get sanded. You cannot leave that. This is all got to come off. Like this, guys, don't trust that. That will bite you in the rear so fast. All of this has got to get taken off. I cannot state enough that if you trust this paint, at least in this case, this Mako paint, you will get burned so fast, and that'll be like $700 and wrap gone. Bumpers off, lights out, grills out. We're gonna pull the fender, and then all in here is gonna get done, right? So I might pull the door off and get as high up in here. All of this here is gonna get sanded. All in here. What I'll do is I'll use some knifeless tape and I'll come into here, right? Because we don't wanna wrap over the VIN, but I do wanna come all the way into here. I will probably leave this and then just wrap under it, but all that's gotta get cleaned up. We're obviously pulling this. The seal can stay. What else? All this is gonna get removed. This is gonna be, I think, a lengthy yet fun project. I hope it's something that you guys are interested in, and we'll stay tuned and watch. It's fun. It's something different. I think that's the key. Oh, I'm out of breath, dude. Okay, so all this is coming off, absolutely everything, and we're gonna start today. I even bought a different sander. We're not gonna use the DA. As you've seen in other videos, I've actually used my polisher. In fact, we're gonna go to something different and just use a cheap orbital sander, a palm sander. I think it'll work just fine. But yeah, this is all gonna be different. All that yellow's coming off, but all that's gotta get sanded, man. All of that's gotta get sanded. All of this has gotta be fixed. But you can see what the wrap looked like compared to the original color. It's very beautiful, it's very flaky, and it's very misleading. When you see it here, you're like, that actually looks pretty good. But when you put it in the sunlight and you take this clear protector off, it gets really sparkly. Windshield's gonna come out, and then I will take out this piece here as well, because what I wanna be able to do is wrap under here. This is so firm, you can't really wrap it in there correctly. This has been painted over before. I might soak this in something to try to loosen all that paint off. I really don't want to buy a new one because they're very expensive. And it is decent, but I think we can use it for now. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna work on some trim pieces and we're gonna get all this stuff removed. I've actually never removed this before, but we all know it pops in, but I just need to get it out. It helps when you can see in there. There's another one right here. So if you're working on this, you'll have an idea. And then there's one more right here. All right, cool. All right, so that's loosened up. Also, what we can do is we can begin removing this piece up here as well, and I'll show you how to do that. This piece, it's pretty intimidating, but once you understand like how it's locked in and removed, it's not intimidating anymore. So that's all I did, right? Just come in, pop that, right? And then this is eventually just gonna roll off. That's all we're doing. Oh, gnats. Dude, they'll like fly right in your ear. That's so annoying. So I feel like this chassis, I'm starting to get really comfortable with and like working on, and just like kind of the tips and tricks. Look at that. That's how fast you can get that off. Boom, off. So with that, we can now remove this. Dude, there's so much crap. There we go. Yeah, it's this bad boy right there. That is tricky. All right, so now all of this is prepped and ready. Yeah, see, I'll need all new, these kind of things. There's no way you can use these, but we're getting closer. What I need to figure out next is how do I remove this? And I bet I have to go inside All right, so here's where it gets a little more fun. So there's two 8mm down here holding this seat in. And we should be able to just pop it up. Sucks. Extend stuff. I need to get back to exercising. But yeah, you might be able to see like right there. There's a little bit of damage. But I'm not worried about it right now. But for me to do all this correctly, I really want this out. Here. And I like using this tool because I can kind of fit it in there. I can really feel it. But I just want to be careful because I really don't want to have to repair or buy new panels. Okay, there we go. That just slid up a little bit. Okay. So a lot of this like weird insulation stuff is all stuck together. Okay, door panels out. All right, I can't really find a whole lot of info online for getting this removed. It really looks like after you remove these two 8mm that this is a unit that we can remove and then the window can come out. Is really what it seems like. Here's where we're at. Sometimes when you're not filming, it can be a little bit more like forceful with things. And what I've started doing was literally just pulling on this, and I started to get some separation down here. Who would know this would be such a pain in the neck? Dude, it's so much easier on the M3. So much easier. Okay. What's nice is a lot of that tension has been removed. Because really what we're trying to do is get under here and sand. Up here, I'm not worried about that. All that's going to be covered. Wow, this is going to suck putting it back in. But I see how it's done. It's just, it's press fit is really what it is. Okay. So because we know it's a channel. See, once I understand like what the mechanism is and like kind of what's behind it, I could get it removed. It's when I don't know that I struggle. But this isn't bad. Now I understand. The other side's going to be a lot easier. And I really don't want to remove the window. I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, so we can see here, I'm going to have to kind of massage that back. Because that does not, I mean, I don't know how that separates. It looks like you would have to pop these rivets. I wouldn't pop the rivets. All right, everybody, I hope you liked that video. Now here's the question. Do we want to see shorter videos once per week or a little bit longer, a little bit more detail and every 2 weeks? Comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see. If you are new to the channel, you like the video, hit that like button. Let's get this spread out to as many people as possible. It's going to be really fun working on this project. And if you are new, consider subscribing. That will help as well. And if you have any comments, drop those comments in the comment section. I think that's really helpful. This channel is really about creating community. And oftentimes I don't have the answer, but someone else has the answer. So I think that's really, really helpful. What's exciting is in this package, we have the vinyl wrap samples for what's going on in this car. That's going to be really cool, and I'm not going to show you in this video. So you'll have to stay tuned. If you have any questions, again, like I said, drop them in the comment section. Really let me know. Shorter videos, more frequent, longer videos, less frequent. Let me know. All right, guys. Talk to you later.